We cannot protect the border with concrete.
I live along the border. I'm about a little over 10 miles from the border. It's San Diego. I mean, it's basically paradise.
When you look at this speech, it's the definition of being disingenuous.
Consider that speech. What a powerful argument it makes against the theory of evolution. As we look at the continuing debasement of the office of the presidency of the United States.
But last night he converted no one. Last night he made himself look even more inept.
We saw a reckless president morph into a feckless presidency.
And this entire process, by the way, feels like a colossal waste of time so he can deliver on a chant he began 3 years ago at some of his rallies.
Mainly, though, the president's speech was a litany of scare stories about immigrants being terrible criminals who are coming into the United States to rape and murder Americans, essentially in the president's telling for pleasure because it's in their nature.
Everybody, when they start to lose their head, for good reason, about the Trump presidency, need to understand about this man. Need to understand about this presidency. There is no bigger plan. It is day trading personified in politics.
The government is shut down over the wall. No one knows what the wall is. No one. You can't find a single person to tell you what the heck the thing is that the government is now shut down over. Do you understand what it is?
Well, of course not. It's an absurdity, and it always has been. And the entire premise of this tonight, that Trump is going to address the nation to persuade the country of something, is an absurdity in and of itself. Donald Trump has persuaded nobody about anything from the moment he became president of the United States. Donald Trump is an inciter.
This is a continuation of the degradation of the Oval Office by the President of the United States. This time using the tradition of Oval Office speeches that are usually reserved for major statements.
And this exercise where everybody, networks, the Democrats, everybody is acting as if he's fit and taking part in this colossal waste of time, which would be this presidency, instead of looking at it and saying, this person is not fit to lead.
He's setting up a predicate to declare a national emergency by which he will claim powers that heretofore have never been exercised by a president, and all the while doing it with the scapegoating of minority populations. It's a dangerous moment, as dangerous as it is stupid. As we saw from Trump today, the typical lying, the racial demagoguery, the nonsense, the spinning of crises out of whole cloth.
There's people a lot smarter than me. Steve Schmidt, Mitt Romney, just to name a few. I think it's fair to say they think he's unfit to lead.
Well, there is a national emergency, I would submit, and we saw it last night. It's him.